All right.
Doesn't that open my mind?
Okay. To my redhead friend, porn addiction is destroying youngins. Do you feel any responsibility, or are we shaking off the... No, I feel like, porn addiction is definitely a real thing. I'm just obviously doing it for money. It's, I feel like porn's okay if you're watching it every once in a while, but if you're doing it all the time, it's not healthy. Everything is bad in moderation. You can drink 10 gallons of water and it be unhealthy. You can run every day. I feel like everything in life is about a balance and moderation. So even the healthy stuff, you can't just have
all lettuce.
Yeah,
exactly,
I don't
spinach,
think.
10 gallons of water.
Well, okay. So when it comes to the addiction to that, I think you can't really blame the girls or the industry, because you need to take accountability as a man or a woman if you're addicted to something like that. Like, that comes on you. However, I do think that aside from just the addiction, there is certainly a component of, for example, OnlyFans, where there is a bit of a finesse going on there, where the girls not all the girls who do OnlyFans, but they are to some degree, I think, manipulating some of the men. These men are lonely and they're hopeful of perhaps connecting with the girl, but I think so long as the girl is upfront, but I think a lot of girls are not upfront about the fact that they're in relationships with the men, and
I'm very upfront about it.
And that's great. That's great. But a lot of girls lie through their teeth. We've had girls come on the show who they do OnlyFans and they'll lie about their age. We've had girls that come on and say they're older for some reason. The reason I believe they do that is because if they're older, that they appeal more to an older male clientele.
Because old guys love them young girls.
Well, because some old men might think, there's no way I have a chance with a girl who's 20, but a girl who's 47, I can, maybe I can connect with her.
You're saying there's a chance.
Okay, but if you're younger...
Dumb and Dumber, hey, I love that movie.
And, but they're like we've had girls come on the show who are in their 20s and they're like, I'm 47. I'm like, shut the fuck up. No, you aren't.
No, you're a lying piece of shit.
You're not 47.
Yeah, they're all fucking crap.
Everything you just said is very, very accurate right there. I get asked this question a fair bit, having done porn and retired from it, and I something I started saying recently is I'm retired and repenting from my time in pornography, primarily because I help so many dudes get over that shit now. One of the biggest things I have to deal with is guys who've come to, especially young guys, who fap all the goddamn time, and their sex life is ruined because of it.
So, question for you: why did you get into porn?
Honestly, I got into porn because it was a combination of two things. One, it seemed outrageous that I could even pull it off, having come from a very tiny farming town in rural Western Australia. It was a kind of like if I can do this, I can do basically anything. So it was kind of I want to see if I can do it. It's a big, big challenge to even get into the industry. As a guy, very hard to do. Very hard to get into it, especially from where I came from. And I have extremely high sex drive. And I was like, I want to get it.
Did you have a certain style? Did you stuck to?
Yeah, I mean, I worked for kink.com a lot.
Okay.
So,
yeah,
what's that?
That's kind of my style. Yeah, BDSM, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
You were just kinky.
yeah, I guess that's a good way of saying it. Yeah, but to be honest, I feel like these days I kind of feel a bit guilty for perpetuating the industry and the damage it does to guys, because the porn was a lot less harmful before things like Pornhub. When it was on, everybody can just whip this thing out, see a pair of titties, jerk off.
Everything is too easily accessible, not just porn.
When porn was in like a DVD store, you had to go in there, have ID, be over 18. It didn't do the damage it does now.
That's true.
Okay. All right.
Basically, you can fap all the time and not have to love ever again.
But you know what's crazy is the easier things are to access, it shows your true character. So if something is really easy to access and you're able to not do it, I feel like that's... I
agree with Brian saying that there's a large element of a personal accountability involved there. Like, no one is putting a gun to your head and making you jerk off.
Everything is about choices. Everyone has their own choices. So.
Okay, I got to get caught up. Guys, I got to get caught up here on the Super Chats. So if the Super Chats do pose a question...